Shabbat Shalom. So this week's Torah portion is called Noah, and we all know the story of Noah with the flood, and God gives him instructions to build the ark, and God gives him very, very detailed instructions to the point that he even tells him to bring a tzohar into the ark. What is a tzohar? So Rashi, the famous commentator, tells us there's actually two different interpretations of what this tzohar is. One interpretation means that it should be a window, and the other interpretation means it should be a precious stone. Both of these interpretations are here to tell us one simple explanation, and that is that it should be a source of light that should be for the ark. In other words, that it's going to be a major storm outside, and we have to have a source of light to come in to the ark. This way they could see Noah and his family, his wife and his children are going to be living in the ark, and they're going to be taking care of the animals and so on and so forth, and they have to have a source of light. Now we all know that the ark is 100 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, 3 stories. One source of light is not exactly enough to be able to illuminate such a huge ark. I mean, it's big. How could one window or a stone be able to provide enough light? Number one. Number two is, which one was it? Was it a window or was it a stone? What kind of light did they have? So we all know that when we have two interpretations to the Torah, we have to actually see what does each of these interpretations teach us. It's not only what was it, in other words, what does a tzohar actually mean, but what does Torah actually teach us? So number one, we have to get practical. And let's just assume that Noah had many sources of light. Chances are he had a lot of lanterns, and he had lanterns everywhere, both in their living quarters and in the garbage room down in the basement, and even where the animals were, and wherever he went, he carried around lanterns with him for you able to see where he's going. I mean, let's just be practical. So why did God tell him to make this tzohar, this source of light? And I would like to share with you a little insight. In life, we have to have a tzohar in our own life as well. We have to have a window, and we have to have a precious stone. The window is a source for light to come from the outside into our life, and the precious stone is a source to bring light from within. What is the difference? The window tells us of let a little light come in from the outside. Let God, the source of light, shine into our life. But then even within that life, in our own little ark, our own little homes, we have to find light from within. Let the stone, the source of life, where the light comes from within the stone itself, also come forth. Let that shine from the inside. So in other words, we want to have light, let the light from the outside, let God illuminate our life. And we also have to find the inner resources to find it from within. Today we live in I don't want to say divided world, because that all depends on your perspective. It's only if you let that happen. But we live in a world that we can't just look for outside sources to inspire us. Yes, of course, we want God to inspire us. We want the sun to come in. We have to let a window into our life to let God influence our lives. And if we don't have that window open, nothing's going to change us. But it's not enough to look for outside for God to inspire us if we don't allow our own inner soul, our own precious stone to shine from within. We must also shine that stone. We must also work that stone, cut it, and make it shine. Let the diamond from within, let our soul shine as well. We also need to make sure that happens. And when we do both sides, when we allow our precious soul to shine, and we also allow the sun to come into our life and have a window to the outside world, then we have the best of both worlds. We have the true tzohar. We have the true shine to be able to work. And that's what God is telling Noah. You can have a lantern from today to tomorrow. Of course, you're able to see where you're going in the darkness of your own home. That's true, of course. You flip on the switch and you'll see what's going on. But you'll, technically speaking, be still walking around in the darkness. And that's why God tells him, bring that tzohar into your ark. Bring that outside source. Make that little window. Make that little stone shine. And then everything will be good. And that's what happened when Noah finally came to the end of the flood. He was still afraid to go outside. And God tells him, don't be afraid of the new world. Go out there. You'll be able to conquer the world. And so it was, and we are here today. And I think this is a lesson for all of our lives. We are all living during this corona time. Hopefully, it will end very shortly. But we all know that we could do it. If we have that window and we have that time within and let our soul shine, we'll do great. Shabbat Shalom and have a wonderful week.